Hello everyone, JRR here, and this message is brought to you by Pepsi. Son of a... wrong can. Fuck it, we're just gonna go on with it anyway. So says Mini Voorhees. Yes! Okay, so topic number 1 we're going over, with my fake ass would-be wannabe Pepsi that's in the wrong fucking color. It happens to be normal humans in roleplay. Now, I'm slightly distracted again, but I actually have notes off to the side so I can keep on track. I have learned! Anyway, like I said, I don't do scripted stuff usually, so... and this isn't scripted, but at the same time, I have it noted so I know where I'm going. Now, the thing I'm going to start with is normal humans over roleplay. Now you see this in a lot of different games, and this is where I have a technical issue. Now I understand that the reason why people don't roleplay normal humans is because, oh, well they're boring, and oh, humans are this, and oh, humans are that. And there's actually a little board out there that says what type of person you are by what you roleplay. And of course, if you roleplay as a normal human, they call you boring. That's not always the case. Now, this is mostly known from World of Warcraft as well because it has so many different races, and if you roleplay as a human, by default people go, oh, you're boring, you have no imagination, whatever, yada yada yada. You have all these other races on both sides that you could choose from, and yet you choose a human? What the crap, man, what the crap? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is boring, it's just what they feel like playing. I mean, hell, some people, they roleplay all sorts of different stuff, and sometimes playing a normal human actually helps people feel better. It might not be the exact same problems that they have in their life, it might be different problems that they have, or it helps them think through it, which of course is slightly a cross-roleplay issue, but it's not as bad. What I mean by it's not as bad is, it's not, say, they're working on relationships. No, they're not working on that. They're working on, like, everyday life, which, as I brought up before, people think, oh, it's a peaceful life and whatever, yada yada, you have normal issues and normal trials and tribulations. Well, your character is boring because they're normal and they're not trying to save the world or try to destroy the world or this or that or the other. Seriously? Roleplay is roleplay, okay? Let's just start with that basic. With that being said, however, I do have a thought. If everything is supposed to be feeding off humans and using humans for generators and all that crap, I mean, hell, the Ixer story says the humans are the generator for their big giant mechs. So if you don't have a plain human anywhere, you see the problem? I want to play an Ixer. Well, you can't, because unless you know where the humans are, you can't really do shit with it. I digress. Another thing I want to point out happens to be something very major, and something I've noticed with the normal humans, is even if they are straight normal, like no powers, no magic, no nothing, they're normal, even if they're that, there's usually this weird problem that they always get stuck with different characters. You know, like, say for instance you're playing a cop. Just a normal cop. Normal everyday cop. And all of a sudden you get called in to deal with a monster, you go find out what's going on, kids are running away, screaming that he's going to kill them, and oh my lord, you're taking on Jason Voorhees all of a sudden. How did this happen? Well, it sucks for a normal human because you're most likely going to die at that point. I mean, seriously. And that's probably the major reason why most people don't do normal humans. Just because it's not only boring, but it's the fact that they had to sit here and go back around to remake their character over and over again, and it kind of gets tiring. If they're in a heavy combat situation. I mean, hell, look at Yamcha. Yamcha. Poor Yamcha. He used shield. Yamcha died. Poor Yamcha. Anyway, moving along. That's my personal standing on why people don't use normal humans. They just get tired of remaking the same character over and over again because the character keeps getting killed by something stupid. But at the same time, they're trying not to be fighting everything. I mean, think about it. In real life, people don't try to sit there and fight every last person running around. They pick fights, maybe. Unless they're like from WWE, then yeah, of course you're going to be fighting every other wrestler. It's inevitable. But I digress again. Why do I have to kill these things? Oh. The next part I want to cover is over the ugliness factor of characters. You know, people not using ugly races, people using, oh, yeah, that's about it. Ugly races and disfigurements. Now, you'll see many characters out there. Most of them be vampire, werewolf, whatever. And they won't have anything wrong with them. Hell, for the longest time, Laser still uses a cane. He uses a walking stick for the sake of using a walking stick. Why? Because he understands that actually is something people don't do. And that, by itself, is its own little thing that I have him doing. But let's break this down. Every time someone gets a scar, it's not even like a disfiguring scar. If it would be considered disfiguring, it's usually a charming or an epic battle scar or some bullshit. And yes, I know epic with quotation marks. But that's usually how people do it. It's like, oh, my character has this kind of scar, so they're not perfect. But it's a sexy scar. Kind of like the sexy cry trope and all that. Where they don't have any words or anything, but a little tear comes down. It's a sexy cry. They're crying man tears of sexiness. Well, let's just be blunt. Not every injury is going to be magically sexifying. I mean, seriously, you rip out an eyeball and have it dangling, it's not going to be sexy. It's going to be kind of grotesque for some people. But no, what do? They just rip their eyeball out fully, cut the nerves, and then put an eye patch and go, it's a sexy eye patch. Because I'm sexy like that. Get the fuck out of here. I understand trying to play up a, quote, disfiguring injury or disfiguring event, item, whatever. I understand trying to do that. I do. By all means, try to play up a disfigurement. But at the same time, characters aren't, how can I say this? The characters aren't even, they're not disfigured really. There's no handicapped characters really overall, they're not really handicapped. I mean, the only one remotely handicapped they bring out would be like Daredevil. And even he's not really handicapped when you break it down. I mean, yeah, he can't see. Ooh, whoop-de-doo, he can't see. Really, that's the only problem? He can't see? With his frickin' demi-bat radar senses, he can't see. And yes, he does have flaws beyond that, but you see what I'm saying? Everyone turns everything into super sexy. It's a sexy scar on my face. I have a sexy eye patch. I have this. I have that. Yada yada. Blah 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 blah. What the hell ever? Seriously. No, seriously. What the hell? What's wrong with y'all? It's a sexy scar. Motherfucker, get out of here. Ain't no sexy scar. And that's just for the human side of things. Like, if there are humans, that's usually what they go with. They want to be sexy. He's just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. He's not your boy toy. Boy toy. Anyway, back on point. Also, there are uglier races. Dwarves, gnomes, goblins, ogres, orcs. So many others. So many ugly races. And yet, no one would dare play them because, well, guess what? They're ugly. Hell, Laser's an ogre. And he's camouflaged as a human. And let's just break that one down for about 13 seconds. To fit in with humans, he's camouflaged as a human, but he's an ogre. Not a Shrek ogre, motherfucker. I mean the Oriental-styled ogres. Anyway. The point being is, many people won't even remotely bother role-playing an ugly creature or an ugly disfigurement or a handicapped person. Hell, they don't even role-play support characters usually. What are support characters, Double R? Well, for those of you who played Resident Evil 4 through 6, I don't think it counts in 5 because he didn't have that access. The character of Huntington? You know, Leon's support person. Calls her for just about everything. What is it, Huntington? I don't know, I was just getting pissed off because I kept running out of ammo. Anyway. When you break it down, it's one of those annoying factors of, yes, no one wants to roleplay as these support characters. If you look up the character Link, you will find a good chunk of Links being from Legend of Zelda. You will find very, very few Links in regards to the Matrix. But you'll find tons of Neos. You'll find tons of Neos, Trinities, Morpheus. A lot of the Morpheus character. And characters like that, where they were active in the story. But you won't find many tanks, dozers, Links, you know, those kind of characters, the support characters, the characters that aren't readily in combat, those who aren't readily doing shit. Well, they're doing shit, just not doing it on the front lines. And that's the other part of the problem I have. It shows that everyone wants to be the main frickin' character. Yeah, I said frickin' even though I started this out with the word fucking. Yeah, good English. Consistency, my name is Mud. Wait, no. Consistency. My name is Hollywood. See what I did there? But let me continue on. Looking back at all the situations, and I do mean all the situations, you'll see that many cases, there's a fact that people don't want to be non-focused on. AKA, they don't want support. They don't want to be the support, they want to be the focus. Now, this is a technical problem because it goes with the other characters, because they're unfavorable. And that's what it comes out to. They're unfavorable characters, they're unfavorable in the types of not something they like. And that's where the problem is originating. Because guess what? Guess what? Shit didn't get done unless there was support. I don't know what else to really say about that. I mean, seriously, there really isn't much I can say about that. It always pops up the same way. They won't be ugly characters, they won't be odd characters, they won't have actual disfigurements, they won't have handicaps, and they won't play support. Everything's supposed to be based off the main character. Now, I have seen a couple support characters, like Alfred Pennyworth. But come on, people. Alfred Pennyworth, he's a highly known support person. And when push comes to shove, that motherfucker is dangerous. No, seriously, he's a fucking dangerous person. Think about it, he lives with the Batman. He is dangerous in his own right. Trust him. But I digress. Now on to topic 3. And topic 3 happens to be people who have roleplay characters. They fill out everything for the roleplay character. It's set as a roleplay character, yet they never roleplay. Now I don't mean, oh, they're just not roleplaying with you. No, I mean not roleplaying at all. But the most common thing I've seen for those happens to be they took all the information from Wikipedia, they put it on their little page, they fill out the information according to that. But they usually use that for their real life account. They have a real life account, then they have that account. And that account is to help them with games that they're playing on, say, Facebook. That's about it. Now, it's annoying because if your real life account and you see this, you're like, what the hell? They got a gaming character on here? Get that shit out of here. You could just make a fan page for that. While on the other end, role players are looking at it going, why are you even here? Because it's not even roleplay, it's just they're there taking up space just for the sake of doing it. They're not even role-playing, they're just playing they're playing the Facebook games. Now don't get me wrong, my roleplay character is playing a Facebook game, but my real-life account ain't playing that game. Playing a different game. And this is actually a little bit of a problem because it's hard to go out and find people to go, hey, I want to roleplay with this character. Well, guess what? You can't really roleplay that character because they don't roleplay. In fact, they don't even know what the hell they're doing. They're just like, oh, I just took this character name because, well, it's there. Then you take that on top of, say, what's another one that's pretty good at this? Oh, people with their information. Okay, now, as I stated, especially on Facebook side, you have a lot of information you can put onto your main info page so people can't bullshit around because people don't read. I've already gone over that with issue 2. People don't read. You can make notes, you can put on your info page, people won't read. Now, I understand that some people don't want to put it immediately on their info page because that's like your enemy knowing everything about you. I understand that, I get that. It's cool, copacetic. I'm with it. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that if you do something and you have nothing to back it up, then you're going to be hit with the God mod charge. And for those of you who don't know what God mod is, I have a link in my playlist. Go to my page, search in the little thing, put God mod, one word, boom, and it'll come up with 2 videos. It'll go up my old one and the high def one. The high def one is a little bit more high def, but it's also a little clearer and it has a better example of it. Case in point, if you have stuff written down and you do it, and people say you didn't do it, or you can't do that, bullshit, you're already covered. It's already in the thing. Now don't mean do it, then go back quickly into your information and make the note that you can do it. No, I mean have it out there already. And the bonus point that I usually tell people is if you make a note with your abilities and such, and then you do something, and they say you can't do it, link the note. This way they see what day you've already made the note, so they can't sit back and go, oh, you just made this. No, it's right there. The time says this, and that says that, so fuck off. But, with all that being said, people do fill out their roleplay information, but they don't roleplay, and there needs to be a way. I'm not sure how to pull this off, because some people have the official roleplay tag thing, and then, yeah, I know. But if you have information, and you tell people to read the information, but they cannot access the information because you have privacy settings for them not to access that information, then how the fuck are they going to read the information in the first place? What you need to do is take your little information and make a copy of it somewhere to where it's not restricted, to where they can go and access it. That's all I'm saying. Wow, that was a lot of crap. But, again, I digress. You could probably put it into your about information too. Just fill it out and say, this is the information that you need to read before friending or whatever. Done. But, again, issue 2, people don't read. So, I've gone over human characters in roleplay, as opposed to the D&D versions, because there's a reason behind that. I've gone over, I made a note of what I went over, the ugliness factors, like scars and erases. I've gone over that. And I've gone over roleplay not being roleplay. Now, I gotta thank KO for the RP, the no RP thing. I gotta thank RP. I know what you guys are thinking, but no, not the RP thing, the character RP, for both the normal human issue and the ugliness factor, because when she brought up the normal humans, then I ended up thinking about the ugly factor, and if she didn't say anything about normal humans, I wouldn't have thought of the ugly factor, and boom. So I thank her both for that. And the last item I am going to go over is once again elitism. Now hold your horses, hold on. I know what you're thinking. Double R, you went over elitism before. It's all about the video game people and thinking they're badasses and thinking they're gods because they found a place to spawn and they're the experts of the game and they tell noobs to shut up and stuff it and all that crap because they need to know what the hell they're doing. Whew. Wow. That was a lot in one breath. Let's see if I can do this in another breath. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the elitism of people who take certain character types in certain universes and will not friend you or roleplay with you until you are in their type of field of importance, as in the DC universe for DC universe, Marvel for Marvel, games for games, movie for movie, and things of that nature. Wow. In general. This type of elitism, see, I did it in one breath and it just screwed my tongue up. Okay. Oral reset. Carrying along and moving along and all that happy crap. Yeah. If you have a comic book character, don't think for one solitary second that you have no drama in the world. Motherfucker, read the comics that you're basing your character off of. Read them. Read them. Look them over. Read them. I don't care how badass you think you are and how little drama you're supposed to have. You read Gambit's profile, or you read Gambit's comics, oh my god. You read Cyclops's or the X-Men comics, Wolverine, there's drama all over the ass with especially the Marvel universe. The DC universe has a lot of issues too. A lot of issues. But in the same regard, you also have to keep in mind that it's not just comic book characters that do this. Anime characters do this. If they're from the anime, say Fruit Baskets, I have yet to watch that motherfucker. I don't even want to watch that one. Something is wrong when you name something Fruit Baskets. I mean, High School of the Dead, you knew there were zombies and it's high school and either they're going to be chilling out in the hallway together or they're running away from zombies or something. You knew what was coming. Dragon Ball Z, you knew what was coming. Dragon Ball, you knew what was coming. Fruit Baskets. Sending gift baskets to people? What the fuck? It's a great anime. Shut the fuck up. Look, all I'm saying is certain people will take to a certain section or a certain series and they won't roleplay with anybody else because it's not of that series. Same thing in comics. They'll take a certain character and that dimension of stuff that they cover is only what they'll roleplay with because they don't want drama. Well, motherfuckers, how about you watch a show and actually look? Now, I brought this up before, where people would take characters because they look cool, they look pretty, etc., etc., and they take the characters and they have no fucking clue what's going on. Now, I know a couple people watch this and be like, I've done that. Why are you making fun of me? I'm not making fun of you. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, if you jump into something and you take a character that has an established storyline and you don't know the story, and people bring up stuff from the story, it's going to put you at a disadvantage. You don't want to be the one at a disadvantage. You don't. It's like becoming Inspector Gadget. You get all this shit, but you don't know what the fuck it does. You don't want that to happen to you. As a role player, you don't want people to tell your character about their life. That doesn't make sense. So, in that regard, please do... I'm not saying do the world-renowned research. Don't know every universe that they're in and know everything they've done. Like if you play Kratos, don't worry about knowing about Hot Shots Golf. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if you play Mario from the Mario Brothers that you need to know about Donkey Kong, plumbing, construction, refereeing a boxing match, things like that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying know some of what you're dealing with. This way, you know what's coming at you. You understand where they're going with it. So you know when certain characters come to you, you know what to expect. I'm not saying metagame it, but I'm saying know what to expect. Like if you're Link from Hyrule, and you make friends with Ganon, and you've never known anything about The Legend of Zelda at all, and Ganon tries to kill you, and you're like, you're a dick, you're trying to kill me, and you're saying this out of character, guess what? Ganon's going to point out of character, motherfucker, you're Link. My whole job is to kill you. That's it. That's my whole reason of being. Kill you so I can take over everything. That's it. That's my whole job. My job is to take over the world, and your character's supposed to be in my way. I ran into you, I'm going to kill you. Done. That's like people who roleplayed as, say, a Saiyan, and they made friends with Frieza. And then they got mad at Frieza for Frieza calling them monkey. They get mad out of character because Frieza, in character, called their character, in character, a monkey. You're a fucking Saiyan. That's Frieza. You're a monkey. Sorry. In Frieza's view, you're a fucking monkey. In Cooler's view, you're a fucking monkey. In King Cole's view, you're a fucking monkey. Get it through your head. You're a monkey. Do some research before you choose a character. Not a whole lot of research, just enough to cover your ass, okay? Because if I see one more Goku or one more Vegeta freaking out because a Frieza told them that they're a fucking monkey, I'm gonna bitch slap everybody in that area. I'm just gonna... Oh, fuck. You get the point. It's one of those, know what you're getting yourself into. If you're playing as Sailor Moon, you should know what you're getting yourself into. You should know certain characters are on your side. I'm Sailor Moon, and I'm friends with Sailor Mars. And if Sailor Mars tries to kill you all of a sudden, you go, whoa, flag, OOC, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? Clue me in, what just happened? Because chances are that Sailor Mars doesn't know what the fuck is going on. You see what happens? If you are somewhat informed, you can be prepared. I'm not saying metagame knowledge, everything. I'm just saying you could be prepared for what's to be expected. If you're, say, role-playing as... Oh, here's a good example. Resident Evil 6, something that came out recently. If you're role-playing as, well, Leon S. Kennedy. If you're role-playing as him, I don't have the long enough hair, shut the fuck up. If you're role-playing as Leon and Kennedy, I'm trying not to laugh. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying not to laugh. Shut up. Let me focus. If you're playing as Leon S. Kennedy... Okay, it subsided. Then you should expect 3 people at least. 1, Hunnigan. Or Huntington, or whatever her name is. The support character. You should expect friends requests from her. Why? Because you chose Leon S. Kennedy. It's inevitable. 2, Helena Harper. If you played Resident Evil 6, you'll know that's his current partner. You should expect it. 3, Ada Wong. Their paths always cross. Those 3, by default, you should expect. Number 4 would be Ashley Graham. Number 5 would be President Graham. Number 6 would be, what's his name in Resident Evil 4? Rico or whatever the fuck his name was. The Spanish guy. Number 7 would be the Merchant. 7 people that I could list. Just based off that one character. If you play as Chris Redfield, you can expect his current partner, you can expect the BSAA, you can expect Jill Valentine, you can expect Wesker, you can expect so many other people because you roleplay as certain characters. You see how this works. If you roleplay as Goku, you can expect Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Piccolo, Chaozu, Frieza, Vegeta, Nappa. You get the idea. You get the fucking clue. If you choose a character, there will be a list of people that will go to that character by default. Do a little bit of research so you know what's coming. So it won't be a big surprise if you're Goku, you friend Frieza, and he calls you a fucking monkey. Okay? And I gotta thank frickin' the writer for that one. There's enough writers out there. I'm pretty sure you look up writer, you're going to have like 88, 89. Oh, I thought. Writer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 just on my character. So I can imagine if you look it up in general. I digress. The writer who I'm speaking of knows who she is. But I digress again. So now that we've got all that covered, for fuck's sake, focus. Okay? If you have a roleplay account and you're not roleplaying then make a little annotation saying it's for games or something. Some sort of annotation that says not exactly role-playing. It'll help. Trust me. If you take on a character, know what the fuck you're getting into. At least a little bit. I'm not saying 100%. Like I said, I'm not saying, oh, I'm role-playing with Goku. I should watch all of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, so I know everything about it. No. I mean, do a little bit of research so you know what to expect. Okay, Vegeta starts as an enemy, becomes a friend. Nappa dies by my hand. Frieza dies by my hand. Frieza causes hands monkeys. Good enough. Just small cliff notes so you are aware, so you're not blindsided when something happens and then you freak out of character. No, that's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. We've covered normal humans. And again, the normal human issue, I can see where people are coming from with this, but at the same time, you gotta look at the universe they come from. Because, let's break this down. Krillin, Yamcha, Chaozu, and Tien. Technically, all of them are supposed to be human. Purebred human. Videl, purebred human. And yet, they fly. Most of them shoot energy blasts. And Videl even took on Broly. Not very well, but she did take him on. Pointlessly, but she did take him on. She was flying and she took him on. So, you also gotta remember what universe the normal humans are coming from. Man, that's really about it. I think I've covered everything for that. So, Merry fucking Christmas. I even covered Elitism, or the second half of Elitism. Wiggle dance, yay. So I'll leave y'all to that. Happy New Year, because I forgot. Hey, it was my birthday, shut up. And, Mini Voorhees. Say bye-bye, Mini Voorhees. Man, that works. So, don't worry about blue balls. And have yourself a good day. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that.